It's really nice. It's neat. It's warmly decorated. Lots of natural wood everywhere. The only main thing that's off is that there's a fucking white cake in the middle of the table, like centerpiece for everything else there. And I didn't know when I had this dream what a phrase cake was, but I had to Google the description of the cake later, and I found out that's what I was thinking of in my unconscious mind. But there was a phrase cake in the middle of the table. And as soon as we got there, all my friends dropped their bags, and they're just like, oh, this cake is so beautiful. I can't think of anything except for this cake. All I want to do is talk about this cake and think about this cake and make art for this cake. And they didn't want to make art of the cake, and they didn't want to make art about the cake. They wanted to make art for the cake. And I immediately knew that something was wrong. So we go about our business. No one makes art at that point in the dream. We go about our business, and I sneak out of my room at about midnight. And I know something's wrong with this cake. So I sneak, it's on like a silver platter, like a little tin plate. And I sneak it off the table into my hands and I bring it outside. And the whole time this dream has been going on, everything's being shot behind my eyes like a subconscious Steven Spielberg cinematic experience. So there's like slow pushes and zooms and like crescendos of music in the background and everything. And I take it outside and it's pouring rain. And I'm holding this sinister, evil cake in the rain, and I'm bathed in this harsh LED light from the floodlight that hangs above the side door of the garage where we're hanging out. And I'm holding this cake, and I know it's going to do something terrible to my friends. So I lift it up over my head, and I throw it onto the ground. And it's like a dam bursts inside of me. And I'm hitting the cake, and I'm punching it, and I'm throwing rocks on it, and I'm picking up chunks of the cake and tossing it into the forest. And I'm being like shot with the camera. I'm being shot from like down below. So it's like just my hair flapping about in the rain. I'm like pounding into it. I'm like Cain murdering Abel in the first ever act of violence in human history. And once I smear all of it into the woods and into the rain and into the gravel, my job is done. I've defended my friends, and I go back to bed. And I wake up the next morning, and all my friends are in the kitchen milling about. I slept in a little bit. I had a late night last night. And they're cleaning up in the kitchen from breakfast, obviously. When I come down, they said, hey, Rob, what's up? You slept in? And I said, yeah, I had a thing last night, but you know what? I feel a lot better now. And they'll say, okay, well, that's great. We're glad that you got that off your chest. We're glad that you feel better, that you got it out of your system. And I notice, as we're having this conversation, a lot of my friends are like, standing very close together, like blocking, like the countertop behind them. One of my friends has her hands behind her back. And I say, what's that? And she says, don't worry about it. And I says, if that's a goddamn cake, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. And she brings it out, and it's not just a cake, it is the cake again. It's the same fucking phrase cake with the perfect strawberries with the smooth white frosting, and they put it out there and I said, I fucking can't! I cannot right now with this! I need to leave! So I left. I took a walk. I walked around for like an hour or something in the woods. And by the time I come back, the car is gone. Did they leave without me? Did I piss them off? Are they looking for me? I kind of stormed off. Are they getting beer or something? So I walk in the room, I walk into the cabin, and my friends are gone. No one's there. It's dead silent. It looks exactly the same as it did when we first walked in. Everything's clean. Everything's in its place. Even the fucking cake is exactly where I originally saw it the first time. The only thing that's different this time is that now on the floor are these 4 or 5 different easels, and on them are these sumptuously, lovingly, obsessively detailed oil paintings of the phrase cake. And in my dream brain, in the logic of my unconscious mind, I know that those paintings are my friends. That they are in the paintings, that they became these works of art for the cake, and that it has done something to them. And then I wake up in my bed at home next to my wife with my dog at my feet, and I'm hyperventilating. It's like 1:30 in the fucking morning, thinking about this cake. And now I get to cut the cake and eat it up and shit it out and forever be done with it. So, yeah! And that's the cake story!